6-2 look that Jason Kennedy employs on the offensive side. Lambros, the Eagles' best server, will start for BC. 22 aces so far this year. And Virginia Tech in the orange kits today will play it out. First opportunity goes for Leandra Manuel Duran, the grad student from Puerto Rico, with her 151st kill of the season.
One of the two transfers coming over this year for Byers and this team. Right into the starting lineup she goes.
Eliana Rodriguez, the grad student from New York City. There is Haggerty to answer on the other end. Julia Haggerty, the junior middle block, averaging over 2 kills per set, hitting at .335. Best qualifying hit percentage on the Eagles roster. Elena Crabtree on serve for BC, the senior who did not start against Wake Forest. There's a good dig by Murphy, and Lambros sends it all the way across to the freshman, Hallie Schroeder. Second opportunity for Schroeder. And the Virginia Tech block was there. Here's Jensen's try. Dug on the back line by Hannah Borer, who's the main setter for Tech. And it comes around for Elena Dupre, the junior from Alexandria, who picks up the point.
Yeah, Sydney Peterson did a good job on that block to keep the point alive a couple of times, and then it comes right back to Dupre, and she'll finish it off. This is a good start for Virginia Tech. They're in system, they're moving cohesively.
Marcy Byers talked a lot about being in system, trying to do whatever they can to continue to play the way they want. There's a nice drop shot from Schroeder. Be really interesting. Hallie Schroeder, who had probably her first high error game against Wake Forest on Friday. And as a freshman who's getting just so many opportunities, 400 now and 90 total attempts so far this year, you're gonna have to make adjustments over the course of a long season. Eagles' block was in good position. The block was really strong for a lot of that match against Wake Forest on Friday. Here is Jensen off the set from Murphy. Perfect shot, Kat Jensen to the back row. Her first point of the game, and the Eagles lead 3-2.
That was really the shooting for Boston College. They couldn't get the shots in the court, and you see here Jensen just picking that corner on the far side. Different looks offensively for the Eagles. You saw Schroeder with the little floater, and that time the powerful hit from Kat Jensen.
Hannah Murphy, the libero on serve. Here is Manuel Duran, who finds an opening once again.
She had a phenomenal career at Missouri. It was a staple on that team. You can see why Marcy Byers is excited to have her on the team and what she's able to add on the floor.
And on serve now. Bump set from Lambros. There is Schroeder who sends it over, and Virginia Tech will play it out. Free ball over from Pierce. Here is Schroeder. Good job off the quick set from Lambros.
You were just talking about it. Struggle with the hit percentage in that game on Friday. Now 2 times attacking right at the block. The first one, she split it. This time, she realizes the slide is a little late, so she has an opportunity to pick that corner on the far side. Rodriguez couldn't dig it out.
Eagles will sub in their 6-2. Grace Penn, along with Sam Hoppus, starting on the right side today. Third start in a row in that spot. Trying to win that job. There's a nice play from Roach. Felt like there was more opportunity for the Eagles to go through their middle block. And actually, they ended up giving that point to Virginia Tech. Beg your pardon. So a point for Virginia Tech, saying Boston College was into the net.
You're going to see it here on the near side on the opportunity.
Hoppus got it through. There's the first-year Hoppus. Here was that play we were talking about earlier. Maybe catching it with kind of an open palm, they're going to say. It was too much sidearm there from Roach, and if you come underneath, you got to put the full fist on it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think both teams are pretty happy with this start, going back and forth. Boston College, Virginia Tech, very familiar with each other. Coaching staffs know each other very well.
Crabtree, that did not get through.
These two teams have split the last 4 meetings, 2-2 in the last 4. Last year they split 2. Both games are pretty close.
Better touch off the serve, and Crabtree responds back. Feels like no matter whether Crabtree's in this starting role on the left side, whether she's coming in as an extra piece, a depth piece off the bench, always so steady, kind of an even-keeled demeanor all the way through. Roach, who had a really nice service game against Wake Forest on Friday, is the middle blocker who's going to get the service time in this rotation today for Jason Kennedy. Wow, that's a nice job by Penn to keep it alive, and Haggerty manages to get it over. Point still going here, and a clean look for BC. Hoppus, it was too far out in front, but tolls it well off the block. What a job by the Eagles to keep that point alive.
Well, take a look at the pancake. Right here to save it on the dig, and then just reactions. All reactions from the Eagles, and it's going to set up a beautiful play here on the far side for Hoppus, the freshman, who gets the point for Boston College. That was a good sequence for the Eagles, not giving up on the play.
That was a heady play. Knew the set was maybe a touch out in front, but the block was late, so Hoppus just plays it well off the block. They could not keep it in. There is a block clean this time. Hoppus and Haggerty up front.
Yeah, a little surprising. Lewis was a little late to get there in support, so that one just falls right in front of Kara Lewis. Dupre has been kind of the hot hand so far in this first set. Just couldn't get it over.
3-0 scoring run for Boston College again on this Roach serving game, like we saw in the first set on Friday. That one sails long.
It's one of those parts for the Eagles, getting the service part of their game to be a little more consistent throughout the season. Jason Kennedy happy with his blocks, happy with the offense that he has. Just wants to get a little better on the serve and the service receive.
Penn, a back set for Hoppus is blocked. Kara Lewis leading the way along with Manuel Duran.
Well, it looks like she just got too much momentum forward, so she was already going into the net before she made contact with the ball. Just mistiming the jump there.
Penn tries the back set again. That's an excellent dig in the back there by Virginia Tech. Cross court, Crabtree missed it long. No tip is the ruling.
This is what Virginia Tech did well against Syracuse, is finding the openings and then forcing the other team into the mistakes.
Quick set, Haggerty. Oh, good block there by Lewis. Eagles play it out. Then it was nearly misplayed on the Tech side. Another chance here for Hoppus. Clean look, Manuel Duran. From the back line, Schroeder. Here is Crabtree. That one is down for Elena Crabtree.
Just good setups for the Eagles, getting it to the outside and allowing them to kind of dictate where they want to put the ball. That one down the line.
Lewis, first chance is rejected. Julia Haggerty sniffed that out.
I don't even think she jumped. I think she just put her hands up. All right, she got off the floor. She got some elevation, but that's beautifully done just to read Kara Lewis.
Lambros with a back set for Jensen. Lambros, back set Jensen, and that is too tall.
Virginia Tech doing a good job not allowing Boston College to increase their lead by too much, staying in it, trying to go on a run of their own, and they'll have a good chance here with Rodriguez on serve.
10-9 is the lead now for BC here in the first set. Rodriguez to the back row, Lambros, quick set, Haggerty. We've talked a little bit about this. Boston College maybe not going quite as fast this year as they have in years past. Feels like when they're going fast, they're really using their middle block well. And we've seen the Eagles start to get back to that a touch here over the last few matches. Block's been pretty sharp for BC so far this weekend. third block of the match so far.
And back to that point, Marcy Byers even talked about it, right? That BC loves to go quick. If we can get them out of that system, if we can get them to slow down a little bit, it will be better for the Hokies to try to get a victory in this contest.
Crabtree serve into the net. Second serving error for Boston College so far. Here at 12-10 in the first set. Dupre, that's long. Slide play, Murphy was there. Does go right back over on the overpass. Manuel Duran was blocked.
It's a good job by Jensen to read it on the far side. It looked like originally it was going to come to the near side, but a good pass to get it all the way over. Just another good read by the block for the Eagles.
So 14-10 now, the BC lead. Bohr trying that slide play again, this time for Sydney Peterson. Schroeder to answer, and Hallie Schroeder delivers the 15th point of this first set for Boston College. Eagles hitting at a little bit of a higher pace. 3-0 scoring run here for the Eagles. You know, second match in a row. We talked about it against Wake Forest on Friday. 6 blocks in that first set for BC. So far, 4 blocks in this first set here. It's really been especially good these last couple of games at getting in position.
Yeah, it's really just reading it and being in the right position. You have Haggerty, you have Jensen. There's a lot of players who are really stepping up at the net, and even just reactions from that third row or the second row there to whether it's Lambros or Murphy, they've done a great job in keeping balls alive to keep the points alive for Boston College.
Anna Murphy back on serve for BC. Bohr goes cross court. Eagles can play it out. Back set Jensen. Good block by Tech. Sydney Peterson leading the way that time, the grad student who came in as a transfer from Nevada before last season.
Yeah, good presence. Actually might have been Manuel Duran who got a piece of it, but Peterson was there with her just in case. And when they're moving in sync, that's when Boston College is having some struggles. When there's one late, that's when BC's finding those openings.
Quick set, Schroeder missed long.
When you're talking about the hit percentage, you see BC at 154. They finished that match against Wake Forest at 0-5-3. They had 39 kills and 31 errors in that matchup. So got to think Jason Kennedy's happy with this start efficiency-wise.
Manuel Duran on serve. Here is Jensen, another chance. That one missed high. That's a second in a row from Jensen that's missed a touch high.
That's a good feed here by Lambros. Just kept it up. Didn't get the wrist to bend down.
Schroeder had to reach behind for that one. Did manage to get it over, but then that could not get through the middle block. Roach and Schroeder up front. That may have not even gotten over the net either. So 16-13 Boston College, and the Eagles will rotate in Penn and Hoppus.
You talked about Roach and just not playing as a freshman, only appearing in 4 matches a year ago, and really just the confidence Jason Kennedy has to go into the junior as a replacement here for Milliken.
Bohr set up ahead looking for Pierce. Penn with the back set for Hoppus. That's another block. Virginia Tech's been good on that side.
Feels like it's back-to-back points now that Boston College is waiting for the ball to come down instead of getting it right at its high point. That one, Hoppus just a little late as it's coming down, misses the hit, and it goes right to that Virginia Tech block.
A little bit of a different look with the lefty over there, and Hoppus playing on the right side. That was a miss hit off the serve. Sierra Cates, the sophomore from California. Pump set for Hoppus. Penn had to go a long way there, then jousting at the net, Roach and Borer. Pierce trying again, block was good. Roach and Schroeder.
Well, Pierce was warming up on that far side. Looked like she was getting a lot of them in during practice earlier today. There was obviously no blockers there at Boston College. A good reach there on the near side for Schroeder.
Interesting, the Eagles taking a timeout here off of a winning point. Jason Kennedy will try to adjust some things here in terms of his offense at 17-15. Again, the hit percentage has really dropped since we told you here. A couple of errors in a row for BC. That's now 9 attacking errors on the Eagles here in this first set. 6 of them for Virginia Tech. So neither team hitting it extremely well right now. It's kind of a theme we've seen, though, over the last couple of matches, and you see things like the digs and the blocks certainly jumping up as well.
Yeah, after that media timeout, BC was at 203. They've dropped all the way down to 032 on the hit percentage, and we've been talking about the errors so far this weekend. It's really been the unforced errors, the mishitting, the missing locations. Virginia Tech, coming off that sweep against Syracuse, knows that if they can capitalize on Boston College's mistakes, they can walk out of here with a victory and have 2 conference wins going back home to Blacksburg.
So 2-point lead here for Boston College, 17-15 here in the first set. I mentioned the dig numbers, 15 of them already for Boston College. These are 2 of the higher ranked teams in terms of digs per set in the ACC. Boston College comes in second coming into the weekend. Virginia Tech third in the conference in digs per set.
Yeah, just unselfish play. They put their body on the line. They try to keep the play alive, extend points. That's what you want. If you're both these coaches in Boston College and Virginia Tech, doing a great job this season and just extending points and trying to get more opportunities to win games and increase the sets.
Eagles will bring in Brooklyn Yellen, the defensive specialist here for Schroeder, which may have been why Jason Kennedy used the timeout to be able to get a sub in here in Yelland, the first year from Laguna Beach, who's been a late defensive specialist for Boston College most of the year. Slide play with Lewis was well read there by Grace Penn. Virginia Tech will still get a chance after the Eagles are out of sequence, and Crabtree up front manages another block.
Yeah, it looked like Crabtree was going to go to the right there, but realized that she gave up the left side. So you see her kind of make that move to the right, but then realize that left side is exposed, so she saves that and blocks it. Kara Lewis has put some ferocious hits on, but she's been blocked a couple of times.
Borer goes over on 2. Eagles did get a piece of it, but still a nifty little play by Hannah Borer, the sophomore setter from Lewis Center, Ohio.
Yeah, look at this. Just a little finesse. It's going to go back over. Got Grace Penn sleeping there in the middle.
Borer, slide play for Lewis, finds the opening that time. Kara Lewis with her first kill on her 5th attempt of the match.
If you're Boston College, you'll take that. Try to shut down one of their hot hitters coming into this matchup here today. Force the other players up top to beat you.
Came in 445 on her hit percentage, so if you could hold 1 of 5, that's a pretty good number. Crabtree wins off the block. Interesting here, the Eagles will bring in a second defensive specialist, Chandler Swanson. Rare to see Swanson and Yelland on the floor at the same time, but Jason Kennedy going for a little bit of defense here. Up 19-17 in the first set. That one did not get over.
Especially with, Virginia Tech not really hitting a crazy number right now. They're negative 0.67. You would think that he would try to get a little more offense, but maybe just a little gamesmanship here, trying to throw Marcy Byers and this Hokies team for a loop.
I think so much is about sometimes that first contact and being strong on the first contact, which allows your setters and gives them a chance to set up that offense. And Jason Kennedy still mixing and matching his group a little bit. I think you've definitely seen Boston College who, because they use so many different pins and they have so many different options on the pins, it's really creates a system where you try to find who is that best option game in, game out, so it allows you to adjust and play a bunch of different pieces and allows Jason Kennedy to rotate as much as he has over the last couple of games.
I think the ACC schedule allows that to happen too, right? You're playing a team that's kind of similar to you. You can see who's going to have the opportunity to kind of step up as you get into the latter half of the season. I mean, some big games left on the schedule for both these teams.
It's what we have so far early in this set. We mentioned where the hit percentages are, but again, second match in a row, 6 blocks in the first set for Boston College.
Yeah, great job for the Eagles up top. You know, you think back to that Wake Forest game, they had a great first set, but then the second, third, and fourth is really where they struggled. So you want to see them kind of respond in this matchup today, figure out what they learned from that loss against Wake Forest. And on the opposite side, if you're Virginia Tech, you got to take that success that you had against Syracuse. They hit so well, they distributed the ball so well. They haven't been able to do that here. They've been kind of forcing it to the outside, and Cara Lewis has been blocked a couple of times, so credit Boston College's defense. It's going to be an interesting matchup to see how these sets develop and what Byers and Kennedy do to kind of match each other on the floor.
It's Boston College on serve here. Chandler Swanson, the first-year DS from Fort Myers, Florida, in to serve. Borer with the set through the middle, and Lewis just finds enough room on the far side.
This is just elevation from Lewis. Look at this, gets way over the net and then finds it on the weak side. Beautiful elevation from Cara Lewis.
Hoppus took something off, well dug by Dupre. Blocking good position again for Boston College. Dupre gets another chance, Yellen to the back row. BC with a good chance to set up. Crabtree got it through.
It's a good setup. You said it from Penn, getting it to the outside, and then Crabtree gets it right off the hand of Cara Lewis.
6 assists in this first set for Grace Penn. Lambros and Jensen back in for Boston College. Sarah Malinowski, the sophomore, is in for the first time for Virginia Tech. Another block, that one's solo. Kat Jensen with the 7th block of the first set for Boston College.
Yeah, second one here in the first set for Kat Jensen. Does a great job seeing the feed get over to Mangual Duran and then just times it perfectly.
Lambros, that serve came up high on Rodriguez. Tough one to handle. Good dig by Lambros, and Haggerty goes over on 2. Lewis, another good dig by Lambros. Jensen is blocked. What a point both ways.
Both teams keeping that point alive. It's a great dig from Boston College to try to keep it. But then the Hokies, they get right back in system. You see them get ready for that block or that shot from Kat Jensen, and it's the block that does the work.
That did not get over and puts Boston College at 23-19 here in this first set.
Yeah, just mistiming the setup there in the middle.
Now you get a little bit of the defense for offense switch here as Schroeder back in for Yellen with Crabtree and the Eagles on serve, needing just 2 points here in the first set. Borer had to go a long way, and that did not get over. And set point for Boston College.
It's a good idea from Mangual Duran to try to get it off the net, maybe roll over. It was such a tough angle, and her momentum was trying to come around. You can see the distance traveled on this feed. All the way back it goes, and didn't get it over the tape.
Miss hit off the serve, and the Eagles take set 1. 25-19, Boston College wins set 1. Thanks to 7 blocks in the first set by BC and an ace to end it. Elizabeth Aylward, the first year from Nashville. On serve it into the net. And BC takes point number 1.
Not how you want to start the second set, with an error right into the net. Service error. Boston College will get on serve and can pick up the momentum they have from earning that first set victory.
Sophie Lambros on serve for Boston College. Borer has to take a bunt set, but good work from the back row to find a way to still get that point and get that through. 1-1.
Yeah, it's so hard to do when you got Crabtree and Haggerty there for the block, but just misplayed. It looked like Haggerty didn't get enough of her hand on it.
Sarah Malinowski has only playing in her 7th set of the season for Virginia Tech. A little bit more of an increased role for the sophomore.
Another service error there for the Hokies. Gives it right back to Boston College.
Crabtree, nice topspin off the serve. Say that hit the ground anyway. It was a good effort by Rodriguez on the back line, but an ace for Crabtree.
Continues to just do work at the service line. Different looks. Sometimes it's the power one. This time a lot of spin on the serve from Crabtree to get the ace.
Rodriguez does get to this one from the near side. That did not get over from Manuel Duran, the grad student from Puerto Rico.
They're just not on the same page. The jumps, the timing, it's the contact to the ball. Virginia Tech just seems out of sorts
here.
Yeah,
we've definitely seen a few of those just kind of into the net, not even getting over for Virginia Tech. Hokies are at a negative hit percentage at the moment. 12 attack errors in the match so far. Back set, this one clean for Malinowski. And you know, sometimes in a match like this, it creates an opening for someone who maybe hasn't had the same opportunity as a pin as others early in the season, and Malinowski taking advantage. That's now 2 kills on 3 swings.
Yeah, Malinowski, Dupre earlier in the first set seemed like she was the one they were going to on the outside. So, as you said, it opens up opportunities. You take Lewis out the game, you take Manuel Duran out the game, then maybe somebody else steps up for Virginia Tech.
Lambros, clean look. Schroeder off the block and out. Schroeder with her 4th kill.
Had 3 in that first set to trail Crabtree, but had Haggerty with 3 blocks in that first set. So you see Boston College trying to get everybody involved. You were talking about trying to find those setups in that lineup that Jason Kennedy really wants. This is probably a good one so far for Kennedy.
Slide play blocked. The Eagles, for the most part, have been really good defending against that slide so far this afternoon.
Yeah, just good timing, good communication. You can see Boston College move in sync. Again, that's all it's about with the block. You want to be cohesive with your partner there at the net. And so far, BC has gotten that with their blockers up top.
Good positioning again by Jensen that time. Peterson couldn't get everything on it, and there is Roach, who wins the point.
That's a beautiful setup. Roach was calling for it before Lambros can set it up to the far side. Looked like Lambros wanted to go to Jensen, but Roach said me, through the middle, and then found that spot.
Good start to this second set for Boston College. Up 7-2 early.
Right, it impacts your serve, it impacts your offense, and they are creating momentum on some big plays up top for Boston College. And now you see it kind of trickle down to the offense here in the second set, ahead 7-2.
You see the numbers overall on the season. 8 of them overall so far today for Boston College. Again, following up a pretty good blocking match against Wake Forest on Friday, even in a 4-set defeat. Anna Murphy on serve for BC. 7-2, the Eagles lead. That's overpassed, and that is 8-2.
Well, Schroeder's, as a freshman, just so good at making decisions. Instead of trying to go right out to the outside, she realizes, hey, I got a chance to go right through this open space, get a piece of the hand, and that's what makes her so good. She's not just going for open space, she's going for contact as well.
Here's Schroeder. That's blocked out. So I think one thing you're seeing on the adjustment, especially in this match, is the way that Schroeder's reading the block and realizing, hey, maybe I don't have the terminal shot here, but I can play this off the block. And because the slide's a touch late, there's no way that that ball's staying in.
Exactly. It's just about the contact, just making enough contact so that it disrupts the rhythm.
Again, Borer out of system, so it just has to be punched over. Here is Jensen. Couldn't quite get it through the block. Back set for Schroeder. Looking to find the back corner. Chance here for Tech. That is kept alive initially, but then it finds the floor for Virginia Tech at 9-3.
Well, it's a good feed there on the far side, and then just going with the power hit was Mangual Duran. She's been the go-to so far here in the first two sets for Virginia Tech. They're trying to feed her as much as possible.
Lambros, back set Jensen. That time it was tipped. Little miscommunication there. Borer coming out of nowhere to play it. Eagles will get a free try. Schroeder, powerful swing.
And you just said it, Eric. Miscommunication on one end. On the other side, amazing communication. Boston College just talking. They're yelling. They're making sure everybody's in the right position. And on this feed, it goes opposite end, and Rodriguez has nothing she can do with it. So much power.
One thing that Jason Kennedy told us about Schroeder, she can get kind of into a streaky run, but boy, when it's going the right way, it starts to heat up in a hurry, and you can see that right now for Schroeder. Another chance. That one well defended on the back line. And Haley Pierce, good job to find that back corner, the freshman from Charlotte, coming off 10 kills against Syracuse on Friday.
Yeah, Leandra Mangual Duran, a good dig on the far side, right there towards the baseline, and then finishing it off was Haley Pierce, the freshman.
So 10-4 to the lead here in the second set for BC. Lewis over on 2. Murphy, bump set for Schroeder, took something off.
Schroeder saw the block coming in time, adjusted her swing to push it over the block instead of going power because the angle wasn't there here on the right side. That's just great mental awareness for Schroeder, the freshman.
So 11-4 now the lead, and Schroeder back to serve. And again, that's why you're getting the run here that Jason Kennedy is giving his freshmen and trusting his freshmen even after a match that's a little bit higher error than we're used to seeing for her, but you can see where the potential lies for this freshman.
Yeah, up to 8 kills already, picked up a service ace.
Pierce trying to get blocked. Number 9 on the afternoon for BC.
Now, if you're buyers, you don't want to waste your timeout now. You do have that 15-point media window coming up, so you want to try to save it, or maybe not, here with the timeout early on in the first set. So she'll have to take the timeout.
That's into the net from Schroeder.
Forgot she did take that timeout early on. Boston College went on that run, so you got to take it when you need it.
It's a fine thing. You only get 2, right? And you don't want to use it too early if you find a comeback here, but you have to figure it 13-5 at some point. So let's see if Tech can respond with some kind of run of their own. Did see that a bit in the first set. Crabtree, good dig by Rodriguez, but it's right back over. Penn sets the middle, and Roach will end up getting the point as Virginia Tech was into the net.
You're talking about, it's not just Schroeder, it's a couple of freshmen that have been able to come in today and really impact the game. We're going to see Swanson come in, and she came in the first set, impacted some points, as you see that.
See it right there at the end of that clip. The net move a bit. So Jason Kennedy definitely using his DSs a little bit more today so far. Swanson on serve. Lewis on the slide. That time, it looked like that set was a little bit out in front, but Lewis did a nice job to still find a way to find the opening.
Yeah, as you said, the set wasn't really clean, so Lewis has to take her momentum and adjust it That's a great job because you're going kind of towards the line and have to keep that ball straight.
Penn back set for Hoppus. Rodriguez has to bump it, and that's through the block from Malinowski.
Another great job reading the timing on the block, trying to get it right through. Now, sometimes you go for the outside hand to get it to go out of play, but this time right through the middle.
So not a ton of opportunities so far, but Sarah Malinowski has been by far the most efficient hitter for Virginia Tech so far this afternoon.
And we talked about just trying to get different players involved. We talked about Dupre and now Malinowski.
Lambros to serve for BC. Bohr back set, going to Malinowski a little bit more. Crabtree off a bump set from Haggerty and couldn't get it over, and that's the benefit of getting a team out of system.
When it's more size as well over there, where it's Sarah Malinowski at 6'3", becoming part of that block makes the Eagles hitter think more about where you want to go. So it's a good presence, a good change there for Marcy Byers.
Haggerty powers it through. Swanson got a piece. Schroeder too far on the back row.
Looking a little cleaner here for Virginia Tech. Now forcing Boston College into the mistakes.
It's 16-9 in the second set. Can Tech find their way back in? A little more even here over the last 7-8 points. Lambros set for Jensen. One strength for Virginia Tech today has been that block on the right side. Whether it's been Jensen at the right side or Hoppus, that's been where Virginia Tech has succeeded the most. Now, you credit for Boston College for going the other way, but that block's been in pretty good position. Schroeder this time finds it. Good set from Lambros off the net.
You talked about it, just a good feed, good setup, and when you just stop a run, go to Hoppus or Schroeder. This time it's Schroeder who ends it.
So the Eagles get a couple back, 17-10 now in this second set. Cross court blocked. Leandra Mangual-Duran going for it that time, and Roach and Jensen, who have been pretty good blocking tandem on the right side, and it leads to a Marcy Byers timeout.
Well, again, we've been talking about it all game long for Boston College. The block has been standing strong. Another solo block for Kat Jensen. When you're able to get up and read it, make a play on it by yourself, it just makes it that much more easier not to rely on the support from your teammates up top. And Jensen already with a couple of blocks, 3 of them solo.
Well, we've talked a lot about Hallie Schroeder, and especially here in this second set. Up to 9 kills now for the match, hitting .438.
Yeah, was such a highly recruited prospect coming out of high school at Ready High School, and you can see just the damage she's been able to do against this Hokies defense. Just different looks offensively. She has the power strike. She has the finesse. She's also good at the service line. You can see 9 kills, hitting .438. We talked about her hit percentage in that game against Wake Forest. 4 digs, 2 blocks to really lead the charge for Boston College, and really a good bounce-back game for the freshman.
There's no doubt that over the course of a long season, especially as the left side, when you're taking as many swings as Schroeder is being entrusted with, that there are going to be some up and some down games, and it's how you bounce back. And, you know, we even asked the question of Jason Kennedy, you know, when you have freshmen playing such important roles, do you have to have those conversations of, hey, teams are going to start to adjust to you a little bit? And he said, honestly, with her, I'm okay with her taking as many swings because you just have so much confidence that she's going to be able to have games like she's having right now.
And that's really a testament to Jason Kennedy and his staff to allow her to grow into her own, making the mistakes, learning from them, but also not really criticizing them, but just coaching her and allowing her to take what she's learned in those lessons and applying it. And she's applied it so well here today. You look at those numbers again, just 9 kills to lead both teams. A hit percentage at .438. You know, it's kind of like having the green light on every pitch in baseball, right? You can just swing away anytime if you're Hallie Schroeder.
So 18-10 Boston College the lead. From the back row, that is long from Elena Dupre. Not a bad idea, just too much mustard on it.
And she's had some powerful strikes. That one gets a little more curve on it. It might hit that back line, so they've been trying to feed Dupre.
Good shot from Leandra Manguel-Duran. You know, it's kind of interesting, her story. She really had to play last year in a libero role for Missouri due to some injuries. She couldn't really swing. So a much different role than what she's used to as a pin hitter, but back healthy and as a pin this year and making a big impact for Tech. Roach gonna earn the point.
Like you said, 660 digs last year from Manguel-Duran, and even on that play, almost tried to keep it alive for the Hokies. But again, just good rotation for Boston College. The power swings, they're going quick again here in the second set, and it's benefited them.
Murphy couldn't control it. Jenna Pollock is in there.
You see Jelenchuk in now too. You know, we've been talking about the freshmen. Jason Kennedy really allowing all his freshmen to play here today, and you see Pollock right there, her numbers on the season. 1.95 kills per set.
Brooklyn Yelland in there as well for BC. Back set for Crabtree is blocked.
You know, sometimes on those high sets, you give the defensive block some time to set up, and that's the case there with Lewis and Dupre coming across. There's also Borer. Another great job for the Virginia Tech block this time on reading that play from Crabtree.
Yeah, really well-timed jump from Carol Lewis that time. Murphy did enough to keep it alive. Does that get over? Jousting in the net keeps the point alive, and then Roach went too far. So point to Virginia Tech.
It's a good response. You know, Virginia Tech was trailing early in this second set. They've been able to respond and get some better, cleaner looks against Boston College.
Crabtree, powerful swing. So 22-15. Eagles are hitting .333 so far in this second set. Just 4 attack errors for BC after 10 in the first set. Here is Pierce, got it through.
Yeah, much cleaner game here in the second set for Boston College and Virginia Tech. Both teams hitting much better than they did in the first set. Take a look here again on this point. It just goes overpowered on the far side there from Pierce.
Crabtree, good shot to the far corner.
It just feels like when BC goes that quick, Virginia Tech is kind of stuck in the mud. They're not able to move as quickly. You can see Lewis, but everybody else is just maybe a step behind on that play.
Lambros over Crabtree. Shot down the line goes Mangual Duran. Tech still hanging in on this second set, but still quite a few points to make up.
Yeah, looks like we're going to see Jasmine Robinson check in. And we talked about different looks from Marcy Byers in this top line. Some good size up front now.
Lambros, long set over for Jensen. We mentioned how the Virginia Tech block's been really good on that right side, so the Eagles adjust a little bit. They get Jensen on the left, and that's her best swing of the match.
Yeah, just a good rotation there for Boston College to move it around, knowing that there's a presence up front and staying away from Lewis and Robinson. Beautifully done for Boston College. These in-set adjustments have really benefited both teams.
Malinowski finds an opening.
You talked about efficiency. Malinowski has been the one that's really had the hot hand for Virginia Tech, and just efficiency-wise and getting the points.
Haggerty had to go sidearm and punch at it. Still alive here for Schroeder. Rodriguez with the dig. Lambros all the way across. Schroeder was rejected. Another chance. Murphy off the set for Jensen. Chance here for Tech. Slide play from a good shot from Jasmine Robinson. It's a slide play that Virginia Tech has tried to go to a few different times, and Jason Kennedy is going to use the timeout here. Doesn't want Virginia Tech to get any closer in this second set, with the Eagles lead at 24-19.
Stop momentum as much as you can, right? If you're Jason Kennedy, 1 point away from claiming the second set, but you got to credit Marcy Byers and this Virginia Tech team not giving up. They were down about 11 points early on in the second set. They were able to respond, string together a couple of runs to get back into it. In a game of volleyball, it's never over until it's over, and Byers trying to coach up her team on that far side. We've seen a couple of different substitutes for the Hokies that have really made an impact, whether it's Malinowski or on that last point, Jasmine Robinson.
So one of those situations here, so late into the set. We talked about where the score was earlier. Boston College was way out in front, up 10-3 at one point. But you can sometimes still build some momentum, even if you can't come all the way back and grab a second set here. But you can try to build some momentum for the rest of the match.
Yeah, we saw it on Friday night when Wake Forest lost that first set, but they inched closer towards the end of that first set, and it really gave them the momentum to close that out, close that match out against Boston College with 3 straight set wins to earn the victory 3-1. That's a Wake Forest team that's trying to stay up top in that top half of the ACC at 6-2 and 3-2 in the conference. That's why these weekend sets become so much more important.
So again, set point for Boston College for the second time at 24-19, with the Eagles up 1-0 after winning set 1 by a 25-19 mark. Virginia Tech on serve, Elena Dupre. Lambros all the way across. Schroeder. Excellent dig by Rodriguez. BC will get a free play out of it, though. Schroeder, another try. This time doesn't miss. And by the same score as set one, the Eagles take will begin for Boston College. Borer, long way to get it. Had to go bump set, so the Eagles will get a shot to play it out. Lambros comes to the left side. Good dig by Rodriguez against Crabtree, but that shot is long from Dupre. So BC with the opening point.
Good job to pick up the first point in this third set. We talked about Dupre. She's mishit a couple, but has had some really good points as well for the Hokies.
Rodriguez couldn't control that. It's an ace for the Eagles' ace leader in Lambros. $23 of them now this year. That one into the net. So giveth and taketh. Haggerty. That's off to the near side, and Boston College gets the point.
It's a good job there by Murphy to just lay off of it. She was so close to that line, so it's one of those where you might forget where you are, how close you are, you play it, but she just watched it go out of play, so a good decision there from number 4.
Crabtree on serve, 3-1 start for Boston College, and that's another ace.
It's uncharacteristic, right? Rodriguez is so clean on these serve receives. In this third set, she has been a little sloppy on the handling, and 2 service aces for the Eagles.
Crabtree's serve's been pretty good today, that top spin serve. 2 best in terms of aces last year. That was miscommunication there. Obviously, you want, in a perfect world, your setter to go get that, but too far for Lambros to make a play on it.
Yeah, Crabtree had probably the best angle to it, but as you said, you want Lambros to try to get there in time, but if you're Crabtree, you can't give up on that play. You got to keep going.
So 4-2 now. Lambros with a back set for Jensen and manages to power through.
That's so hard to do with your momentum taking you backwards and still get it over the net. Enough where the block has just a little space to not get it back over the net.
Good shot. Mangual Duran. Up to 6 kills to lead Virginia Tech on a team high 24 swings. That's by far the most on Tech. No one else has taken more than 11 attempts so far today. Jensen, another chance. Little bit more room on that right side. Virginia Tech's block has been really good over there. That time, not the kill from Jensen, but found room and took Tech out of system and eventually leads to the shot going long. Sam Hoppus back in for Boston College along with Penn on rotation at 6-3 Eagles. Mangual Duran punched over by Schroeder. Another chance. Perfect shot down the line.
Well, didn't get it the first time, came right back to the Hokies, gets a second opportunity on it, and then finds an opening down the line. You can see the block. Hoppus is late getting over there. Even tried to get a hand up, but just not in time.
Penn for Hoppus. Mangual Duran, another one, same spot on the floor. So 2 points in a row for Virginia Tech, and it's back to 6-5.
It's miscommunication on Boston College, just not finding who's going to go play it or who's going to cover that open spot. You see Crabtree making the initial move to cover the line, but then kind of hesitates a moment. It takes her out of position.
Good pass from Crabtree off the serve. Bump set from the back row. And it goes down for Elizabeth Aylward.
Going back to that play, Hoppus, or excuse me, it was Schroeder on the far side. Maybe if she lets that one bounce, it bounces out of play, but tried to hit it off the block in front for the Hokies, and Virginia Tech has responded after trailing 5-2 and 6-3 here in the third set.
Jasmine Robinson back in for Tech. Here is Hoppus. Took something off. Excellent play by Mangual Duran. Schroeder from the right side. Couple of tips on the way through, but it does find its way to the floor.
See Boston College with some good shots. Miscommunication for the Hokies defense there. Didn't know who was going to go where. Allows for the point for the Eagles.
Dupre affected up front by BC. Here's Crabtree again. So often from that left side, she's tried to go wide. That was one of the first times she came back to the sideline and really played it well off the block.
I think the Hokies thought that as well. They were trying to move to the left, but struggled to protect the right side. And good idea from Crabtree.
Gave enough of an opening there for Crabtree to find that point. So 8-6 BC and the block.
It's the first time here in the third set that the Hokies didn't have support there in front of the net to help keep that point alive, so Boston College capitalizes on it.
A couple of changes here for Virginia. Fowler comes in for the first time, as well as Bree, the seniors, so two players we have not seen so far. Schroeder to serve. After Hoppus and Roach there on the block. That one missed.
Well, it's good to see both teams try to utilize their bench in a matchup like this, where you can see what some of these freshmen or sophomores, maybe juniors who haven't had a lot of playing time in their career can do in a match like this, how they respond.
There's a conversation going on at the scorers table right now. There was, I think, checking to make sure that everyone was in rotation properly.
That's also what happens when you sub in. Got to make sure everybody stays in rotation for the Hokies, and it's exactly what they're checking now.
Looked like there was just some sort of error in the scorebook. They were checking who the captain on the floor was. Everything seems to be sorted out. And on we go at 9-7. Little miss hit off the serve. Murphy goes a long way. Free ball here for Virginia Tech. From the near side, Fowler was affected. Bump set from Murphy. Crabtree took something off. Another free play here, this time on the Boston College side. And Hoppus couldn't get everything on it. Did not get through.
It's a good rally there for both teams. Virginia Tech capitalizing on the point. Crabtree just going to miss-hit it right into the net. Robinson was coming over with the block.
Roach got the middle block going.
Just on attack mode for Roach. Knew it was coming to her right there in the middle, as you said, and you're gonna see the gap open up right there. Actually goes towards the players instead of the open gap on the right side.
13th assist for Penn today. Back set for Fowler. And the Eagles couldn't control it.
It's a good idea. Hoppus was coming over to for support, but just the contact takes it off of her right arm and out of play. But that's what you want. You want that support to come to the near side, make the angle a little more tougher for the Virginia Tech player to try to get it in.
It's a tricky rotation for BC without Murphy on the floor. As she comes back in now on this rotation. On the other side, Sierra Cates is in, the sophomore, as the defensive specialist to serve. 10 comes for Crabtree. Big shot.
It's a great adjustment from Crabtree. You saw on the last setup for Elena, she hit it right into the net. This time, sees that block coming, has to get it off quick. And right here, you're going to see it before Lewis can come over, finds that hole.
Crabtree, 8 kills on 20 swings today. Crabtree reaching for it, took something off. It's interesting, we talked about Bree Siverling this coming in, just her second set played the entire season, but she has come in as the setter here for Virginia Tech in their 5-1 system. Free ball again for BC. Lambros, back set, Jensen.
Now Boston College is really finding those openings on that block.
Virginia Tech uses a timeout as the Eagles once again on a scoring run here. 3 points in a row for BC and no problems for Jensen.
Kills, 3 aces and 6 digs, and those aces were big, especially on that spin one that really gave Boston College momentum in that second set.
Long pass across. That was Ava Francis reaching for it. On the Tech side, there's Lewis in the middle. Feel like if there's a comeback here for Virginia Tech, it's going to involve number 6 in the middle.
And really the slide has worked a couple of times. We saw it with Robinson the last time. This time it's Lewis. If they can get Boston College to move the block and open up that middle so that those attackers can find those holes, that will help Virginia Tech here in this third set.
Bohr is back in there for Tech now after Sivering was in. Bohr sets up Lewis, high arcer, kept alive by BC. Jensen forced to go over on 3. Francis to the back row. Murphy gets enough on it. Jensen bumps for Schroeder. Really just an odd sequence all around here.
Everybody's out of
sorts. We've had pin setting, we've had setters terminating. That one finds an open spot.
That's what happens when you get out of sorts, right? Everybody getting involved for Virginia Tech and Boston College. You see the great point right there, finding the opening for the Hokies.
This one, a little bit cleaner rotation. Julia Haggerty with her 4th kill on 7 swings without an error.
And really, that's been the story. Boston College was hitting negative in that first set. They've been able to bounce back now up to 213.
Lewis, just too much. Not a bad idea. It's that a little bit of a different version of that slide play, trying to get something really powerful to the back row rather than coming through the middle, and just overcooked it a touch.
Yeah, and sometimes you can use that decoy to kind of flip the play.
Cross court, Francis. Murphy got enough on it, but it went over on the overpass. And Lewis takes advantage.
Well, you said it, Eric. If Virginia Tech's going to make a comeback, it has to go through number 6, Kara Lewis, and she's been hitting well here in the third set, up to 5 kills and 154 on the hit percentage.
That serve is long.
It's really felt like the theme today for Virginia Tech. Once they get a couple of points or a big point, momentum swinger, they give it right back to Boston College.
Marcy Byers told us she feels like it's really only like 4 or 5 points here or there that just change so much as they try to continue to build this program. And here, number 4 for her. Schroeder, oh, it's long. Had the opening, but just could not quite find the back line.
Yeah, nobody back there to protect. Schroeder just puts too much air under it, so it sails out of play, but another good look there for the freshman.
Nice set by Lambros.
Looks like they're going to go Penn and Pollock on this one instead of Schroeder.
So Pollock comes in as the other right side.
Excuse me, it's Hoppus who stays on the bench.
Not sure if that was supposed to be the slide or just a clean set, but block was there. So Virginia Tech couldn't quite complete the set to Robinson or Malinowski as planned, but they were both right in the area, stayed in good position, and get the block against Schroeder.
Yeah, Malinowski, the sophomore, has been so impressive here today. He's played in 12 games last year. Up to 5 kills here today. Look at that hit percentage. He's been so efficient for the Hokies.
Penn over for Pollock. Good shot on the back row. Elizabeth Aylward. 17-15 now here in the third set.
That's just a good job slipping through and finding that gap right there. No one there for Boston College.
And quick set for Roach.
But when Boston College feeds the outside, those passes to the middle don't seem like they're coming, but Roach just jumps the gun and takes it over, finding it right between the block. Nobody's there in time. Even Robinson, her jump was late.
Cornelia Roach, who has stepped into with the middle blocking role with the Grace Milliken having missed the last few matches and has really played well in the opportunity that's been given. Borer, smart play over on 2. That pass was into the net anyway. Would have been very difficult to set.
Yeah, either you don't set it properly or you run into the net. So that's a smart move there for Borer to realize, I don't have that much space, but there's a space right there I can put this ball into.
Third set there. Third kill, I should say.
Looks like the rec has some music playing that's not coming from the game audio. So they're gonna have to try to shut that music off before we play the next point. So that's why we're in a delay right now.
So 18-16.
Well, some weekend on the weekend, right?
You know, while we have a moment here, we told you off the top of the show for Grace Penn, I recorded her 2,000th career assist in the in the game on Friday against Wake Forest. She was honored before the game today with the ball commemorating that 2,000th assist. She's been playing all 4 years, but remember, plays in this 2-setter system along with Sophie Lambros, but has really been a staple assisting for Boston College year in and year out.
Yeah, and just it shows with how much she's played, how much she's embraced the role that she has in this 2-setter system. And you can see 15 assists here today, 4 digs in her career. She came into today with 2005, now up to 2020 in her career, tracking down that 7th spot in Boston College history.
The music has just stopped, so it seems like we are okay.
I saw you dancing, Eric. I saw you dancing.
The rogue DJ. Not what you want in the middle of a third set. 18-16, Boston College the lead. Penn adds another to her total. That's 16 this afternoon. Chandler Swanson in for Boston College to serve. So you keep your middle blockers off the service line here with Swanson coming in.
It's a freshman who's done a good job at the service line so far for Boston College today.
Eagles trying to wrap this up in 3. 19-16 is the lead. Rodriguez, that was floating, but looked like it had the right arc to come down, so Rodriguez had to play that. That's a good serve from Swanson to get the Eagles back up 4. And a timeout will be taken here by Virginia Tech. So final one here of this third set for Marcy Byers, as Boston College has certainly hit it better, and the most important thing is the errors, the attacking errors, have come down. We told you 10 total, 10 of them in the first set. In the second and third set combined, just 7 for BC.
Yeah, and that's coming off a match where they had 31 errors, and Jason Kennedy wanted that to be a focal point in today's, cleaning it up, making sure that the errors were limited. And so far, especially after that first set, BC a little stuck in their way in set number 1, but set number 2 was a good adjustment, a good turn into set number 3, and it's paid off for the Eagles, who are trying to close this out in 3 sets. We said it as well. These two teams, they play some tough battles. 25-19 in both the first and the second set. This one's a 4-point difference in set number 3. It just shows you, even when teams look like they're on a run, the ACC is so tough to play it.
Well, one of the big things for Boston College is they've really limited some of Virginia Tech's top players today. Kara Lewis has managed to get her point. She does have 5 kills, but you look at where that hit percentage is, Boston College is going to take that all day, and they've really limited the amount of digs that Rodriguez has had the opportunity to get.
Yeah, I mean, even Borer on her assists, all 3 players not up to where they are usually, and that's what Boston College wants to do. You got a 3-headed monster. The Eagles want to make sure they take them out of the game and force everybody else to step up. And we've seen some players, whether it's Melanowski or Dupre, really have some good flashes, but it's about keeping it consistent throughout the entire match.
So 20-16. And Swanson to serve. Borer went down to a knee. Dupre. Block was in good position for Boston College. And again, nice job to keep it alive by Aylward. From the back row, Eagles wanted a double contact, did not get the call, and the point stays alive here. That is long, so no matter.
That was close.
I think that would have been a challenge for Jason Kennedy had it not been a Boston College point. So 21-16 Eagles. I think it was right here. They were looking for the double contact. Borer sets up Aylward. That is long. That's 2 in a row. Pretty good looks for Virginia Tech, but they've missed. And BC is on the precipice now of taking this match at 22-16.
Just got to get a little lower. Just got to drive it a little further down the line so it doesn't sail and just miss that baseline.
Back set down the line, and 3 in a row have missed long for Virginia Tech.
How about Swanson as well on her serve? The freshman, good line drive serves, makes it hard to set for the Hokies, and 3 straight points.
Borer for Aylward. Penn across for Crabtree. Rodriguez gets a piece. Dupre from the back line is blocked. Number 12 for BC. And it sets up match point.
Yeah, Haggerty moving over. A good job to be there for Boston College.
All on this Swanson serving run. That one into the net. Still a pretty good run, though. Remember, Virginia Tech has used both of their timeouts in this third set so far. So I'll just have to find something on the floor. Sierra Cates in to serve. Crabtree. It is off the block and out. And Boston College sweeps Virginia Tech on this Sunday afternoon.
Really impressed with Boston College. You're going to see this last point for the Eagles to claim the set in a sweep. The block was there for the Hokies, but just too much, and it goes out of play. No contact on the far side from